Hi, can I get a booth for two, please?
Of course. Do you have a reservation?
Yeah. Should be, Jack and Nate.
I'm looking here. I don't have anything under Jack and Nate.
Shit. PC Jackie Boy and Saint Roselle.
Okay. I have you. I can lead you straight to your booth. Right on.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Welcome to the booth, ladies and gentlemen. It is so good to have you guys here. My name is Jack, aka PC Jackie Boy, and I'm joined by my good friend Nate, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hello. My name is Nathaniel, or Saint Roselle, or Saint Valentine, whatever it is. It's your bill. I am so excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah, this is awesome. We're both really stoked to be here. So I guess we'll just kind of give the fucking we'll give a little kind of like, hey, like what is this? What are we doing here? What we're doing here. So the booth is going to be a podcast that we do on Sundays between noon and 3 p.m. The how often it's going to be is a little on the. Hang on a minute. I need to turn up Discord. I know that. I need to turn up my Discord volume. Wait, no, it's maxed. I'm gonna turn up your volume. Just to make sure that
This
okay.
could be dangerous.
Okay, I have now bumped Nate. Thank you to
Lord.
everyone who. Thank you to everyone who
This could
jumped
be
in.
dangerous.
So he should be as loud as I am. The problem is that I'm very loud. But he's only at like he's only at like 160, 120 right now, so I can put him fully to 200. Anyways, if he sounds a lot better now,
10%
please
louder.
send me a message. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, guys. So the booth is going to be a podcast that we do, me and Nate do from between noon and 3. So it kind of depends on our schedules and the LBLCS schedule. On Sundays, we don't know how often we're going to do it, but we will absolutely keep you guys posted. So we're
Right.
super excited for that. But so this episode, our premiere episode, is going to be a mid-season update. So we're at the end of our 3rd week of our 6-week regular season, and
Single round robin.
of our single round robin. We have finished that
Yep.
singular round robin, and we are just gonna talk about each group in each division. So we have a big task ahead of us. We also have special guests for each division. We have a one guest per division, so one for economy,
Yep.
commercial, financial, executive. And so I'm really thankful that those guys have joined in to help us out for our first
Absolutely
episode.
wonderful.
So honored guests, a round of applause for those guys.
I'm not gonna clap into my mic. I almost clapped directly. Into my mic.
I almost did the
Problem.
exact same thing. Let me know if the diner sounds in the background are too quiet or too loud. I wanted to create the Denny's ambiance.
You know, the aesthetic.
Yeah, the aesthetic.
The booth aesthetic.
The booth aesthetic. The booth aesthetic. So normally up first we would do like a bit of a news section, and so this would kind of be any big events that we have with the league, anything exciting or surprising in terms of series, like big upsets or huge tense matches. And then also kind of, we would like to highlight some good plays that people have done. And so, if you make a good play and it's on stream, clip it, DM it to us. Our Discords, I'm pretty much always on Discord. Nate's pretty much always on Discord. So
I really am.
we are right there all of the time for you to send those clips to. And we can
as
watch
for
them and
news-
highlight them. Yeah, go ahead.
And going into week 4, Zeri is
Okay.
allowed for play.
Awesome. Yes.
Now, I have only played with that champ like 3 times. I've seen a lot of people miss auto attacks,
Yep.
which I think is just funny. But
Yeah, no,
I'm
I mean,
really excited to see the champ.
I've played a couple of games with Zeri, on my team and on the enemy team, and we did some scrims. So Panther Core Ghosts, the executive team that I'm a part of, we scrimmed Coffee House, and we did a couple of Zeri games. And every time we picked Zeri, both Panther Core and Coffee House, we lost. So I don't know if we just can't play Zeri or if Zeri's just a bad champ. But I'm super excited. I'm super excited to see Zeri in play because I've definitely seen a bunch of Zeri pentas and pop-offs and all that fun stuff. And maybe she just needs some time. Or Seer and Lord Fate are just bad ADs. So who knows?
Completely possible.
Yeah, totally
They're wonderful human beings.
totally
Sometimes.
feasible.
Lord.
Yeah, so going into this next round robin, Zeri will be live. So let's see which. Sorry. We'll see which ads can step up to the challenge.
Oh, I like that. Single player champ in a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
The Zeris I have had are like, all right, it's 1v4 time, and they just walk in like 4 people, and I'm like, I don't know if that's the decision I'd make. but
Yeah, there you go.
that's a good way of putting it. Thank you, Less Force.
Yeah, so I like that. Any cool lineups that you want to point out before we jump into division specific news, or should we just jump right into economy?
Here, I'm going to do the quickest skim of my entire lifetime. I mean, I don't think there's been any big changes that I've got my whole eye on. Good. Yeah, no, nothing crazy.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
for now things are calm, but it's incoming.
Yeah. I think I'd say that that's correct. I think we're gonna see a lot of really cool stuff in this second round robin here. But without further ado, let's kind of jump into economy a little bit. So we'll just go A, B, C, D, and then we have our
Gotcha.
special guest at the end. And so economy group A. I think the way that we kind of want to do this is just we will talk about the group in general, and then I like to highlight teams, like a team in each group.
Yeah.
So I know I have my team highlighted, and you have your team highlighted.
I
Let's
do have a team
see
highlighted.
if they are the same. So you go first because I'm nervous.
Okay, so I had a feeling that I definitely knew which team you were gonna choose. So I actually went with Team Nut,
Okay.
which is one of my favorite team names.
It's a good name.
It's a pretty good name. And my favorite thing about Team Nut, I played against Team Nut for the last 2 seasons, and they are and always will be probably like the most creative team when push comes to shove. I know their ADC last season played a lot of Tom Kinch
Yep. Yep.
in games and stuff like that. Their captain is just a generally cool guy, and I think they're at this point they're kind of LBLCS veterans. 3 straight seasons. I don't remember them forfeiting a game, which is just as impressive as like playing every game. So
I know.
I mean, which is it's like I'm just really as this is a tough group for them to be in.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of them, and I do hope they are able to make it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think Team Nut, like, it's good to see teams kind of come back to the league over and over again. I appreciate that. And I'm a little bit biased because Panther Core is a team that's coming back to the league over and over again, but we just love it so much here. Welcome to Panther Core, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Later.
So my group that I highlighted for this, or my team that I highlighted for this group is the Final Brain Cell. Almost specifically because of Gluttony. I think Gluttony is a monster AD carry. I think so back in the original Panther Core recruits lineup 2 seasons ago, season five, Gluttony was like I think Gluttony was one of the only ADs to really put me and Ram Cannon to the test, and I think the only reason we won is because I think we got a cheese kill on him, level 1 in a bush, and like straight up like 5-man ran into Tribush and he died, and I was like, okay, cool, we're good.
Yeah, that's good. You feel the weight come off your shoulders. No,
Yeah.
the pressure he exerts, we've scrimmed them a lot.
Yeah.
I can tell you, every scrim, it's like, all right, we are winning across the map. What's happening in bot lane though? Because I've played with him. I've played against him. He just generally decides to he will put himself in situations where it's like, all right, let's see if I'm better than the opponent here. And if he's right, then it's not a good day for the opposing team.
Yeah, no.
And ADCs that are willing to do that are kind of crazy, in all honesty.
Yeah, absolutely. ADCs that are willing to just be like, okay, like, I'm not like there's ADCs that right click and there's ADCs that right click with a purpose. And I think Gluttony is an ADC that right clicks with a purpose. I think that man has power. So I appreciate that about him. And anyway, so like their games against Four Ponies, I think it's from their week 1, were just huge wins, just like double the kills,
Yep.
10k gold leads, etc. And it's just like it just kind of speaks. And Gluttony was a star performer on those teams anyway.
Yeah, always is.
Always is. So yeah. Anyway, so let's move on to Group B because I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves here. We're already a little behind schedule. I'll go first for this time, and then we can just kind of switch off
Gotcha.
who goes first. So my group is Serenity Academy. I think that like a big standout player on that Academy squad is the last Legate. I think he's been in
Yep.
Economy a couple of times, and I think we should look like next season. I think we should be looking for him to jump up to commercial or even higher. I think he's he's got a great Gnar, and anybody can respect that
Nar.
except maybe LS. And so
definitely not LS.
Definitely not LS. So you're doing great in everybody's eyes except for LS's. Good job,
And
Kate.
LS fans.
Yeah, and LS, which I'm one of those, but I'm not as extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm pretty excited to see, how he gets shifted around for next season. I think, if Serenity wants to put in like more like commercial squads as well, like he would stay there, or if but I think he should be looking to move up. He's a good player. And I think I think it's cool to be like an org like Serenity, because they have like all this like coaching and like draft help available, and like the infrastructure of the org is really important. And Serenity is like that established, proper org, as opposed to Panther Corps, which is basically just me with duct tape and WD-40. So
it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets the job done, right?
It gets the job done. Yeah. So what do you have for Group B?
I have Serenity, and I have the Last Legate. This guy. So, when I was kind of, I'd say the peak of my like spectating and kind of keeping track of what happened in every single like game was season 5, and I was really focused on season 5 playoffs. So, on the way towards finals, I think it was semifinals. I believe it was what was it? It was Panther Corps versus Grind Time, right?
Yeah, Grind Time had Beaver. I think Ramcan in chat highlighted Beaver as like one of the only
Beaver's
other ADs.
Nuts. Absolutely insane player. I wish he still played here. But the other matchup,
he name changed.
Was,
I don't remember what to.
Oh yeah, but so it was the Last Legate and Serenity versus what was Yo Daddy's team?
Your favorite? No, it wasn't.
That was
He wasn't with Gluttony. He was Gluttony was. I don't know.
Either way, that team. So Yo Daddy won Econ MVP, and I literally had not seen like other top laners do that well against him. Legate gapped him like 2 games in a row, and I was like, okay, yeah, that this guy is the real deal. There's no way around it. Legate's absolutely insane. He plays like the top laners that make you want to rip your hair out, and then also the ones that like decide team fights, like Gnar, Urgot, Yorick.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like we could do a whole episode on Yo Daddy's Daddy.
We could,
but
Legate is good.
What I'm noticing now is that I told our guest that I would pull her up between 105 and 120, and it is 118 right now. And
Interesting.
I don't want to keep her waiting longer than is necessary, and so
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull her on up. And so we can get into that, and then we can finish off the rest of the economy division, and we can move on from there. It's just because I keep my timing obligations to others, and I'm happy to do anything else for myself.
I'm not that great.
So ladies and gentlemen, it is absolutely my pleasure to bring N20's Squeewee to the board. Squeewee, welcome to the booth.
Booth, I love it.
Oh shit, that text is so fucked. Oh jeez. Okay, we're good. Don't worry.
Oh my
about it, guys.
god,
It's huge. Hi, Squeewee. How are you? How's it? We ordered a French toast for you. It's on the LBLCS. Yeah.
excellent.
I forgot all my questions.
WD-40.
Duct tape and WD-40. I forgot my questions.
Whatever works.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So Squeewee, welcome. I hope you enjoy your French toast. It is prepared for you by all the graphics are prepared by Mr. Dying Duck, who is now PC Dying Duck. So I'll give a big thank you to everybody involved with this production at the end. But just your teaser of who did that. So Squeewee, welcome to the booth. So I guess we'll just kind of jump right into it. So what's your involvement with Nat 20 Gaming look like?
Well, I am actually an owner of the org.
Okay.
So.
Awesome. Yeah. And so how did you kind of come into are you one of the founding members, or did you become an owner of an already established N20?
Well, we started off in Glacial Esports, and we kind of didn't like how that organization was ran. So we're like, let's create our own. So I came up with the awesome logo that we have, and we just wanted to create a place that is away from the toxicity of League.
Absolutely.
So,
I love
along
that.
with the N20 theme, it's Nat 20 gaming. It goes along with D&D, and not let's face it, not many people have an escape from the toxicity of League.
Yeah.
So we like to provide a place where they could come and play like party games, D&D, Halo, Stardew, you name it. So
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. I think that's fantastic, and I'll be reaching out to you in the future for maybe some Panther 20 collaborations. But because I love that. I mean, I love the I love 20 Panthers. I don't know. I think that that's a fantastic reason to start an org. I started an org because I'm whatever, and I think that I mean, it's just great. It's great to hear of things like that, and we're really happy to have you here in the LBLCS as well. Yeah, so just kind of moving on here. What's been your experience playing in the LBLCS as an org with a couple of teams in different divisions? How's that going for you? Because I know my thoughts on that. I just want to hear yours.
I mean, I've only played in a couple of seasons. One was in commercial. One this time it's in economy. I'm taking a break from being a captain, so I'm playing with the economy team.
That's awesome.
And we found most of the teams to be pretty pleasant and non-toxic. They're really cool to talk to. A lot of the players we've become friends with, and we actually absorbed TNG, and we've become very good friends with them.
Yeah, awesome. I love that. And so kind of
TNG's awesome.
TNG's a good group.
Yeah, their support, Wiz, is our support currently for our economy.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. I know that, like, as kind of the Panther Corps rep, we've definitely had like a bunch of teams that have kind of come and go, but like we have like Coffee House as like our main friends, and so it's great. It's great to have like teams like that, to meet those people and to have those relationships. Yeah, and then just kind of real quick, I just wanted to get your thoughts. Like, so I noticed at the top of the season that you started lining up in the AD position and playing ADC, and I know that you played support previously. I think you played Zyra a little bit, which made me a little angry as a Thresh player, but I'll get over it. I'll get over it.
My favorite matchup.
I'll get over it. But so kind of
But he's toast.
what?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. What's Jesus Christ. All right. What are your thoughts?
We're good.
What are your thoughts rolling into the ADC position from support? I know that I've played a bit of AD and a bit of support. But I kind of want to hear your thoughts on like why you switched and how that's going.
Well, the funny thing is, I've been playing League for 7 years, and yes, I am hard stuck gold. Yay me.
Me too.
For the first 4 years or so, I was an ADC main.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, and then I switched to support for about 2 or 3 years, and now I'm playing ADC again because, let's face it, the support role feels awful right now. Absolutely awful.
You don't like playing enchanters and only enchanters? Come on, Jack. I'm sure you're an enchanter fan.
I picked
I like my enchanters, but I also like killing things more as an ADC. So
Completely understandable.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I also started out as an ADC main and then switched to support. And like I definitely
get tired of being abused.
I get tired of being abused, and I get it, I hate like I think that there's a lot. I think like support's a tough role. Just because if they have too much power, they're like grossly overpowered and the game revolves around them. And if they're underpowered, nobody wants to play support, And I think we're seeing a little bit of that with jungle now, because I think support's gotten into a much better spot. But supports used to just be like.
Don't talk to me about jungle, man.
Yeah, right.
This role sucks.
You see jungles and supports just teaming up to just gank mid all the time. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
Just a thing.
Yeah. And I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just kind of wanted to also give you give you space to kind of give any shout outs that you want to give. What do you want to say to big fans of N20 Gaming?
I didn't know we had fans. Look at that.
Well, you've got at least two right here.
At least
At
it
least
has
two. Okay.
At least
at
two.
least two, which is massive in my personal opinion.
I agree, especially when I thought there was 0. So,
Right?
I'm just glad that we can provide some sort of entertainment to people. You know, we're not the best, but we are definitely learning and getting better every day.
And you have a
With
good
our
message.
coaching
You have a good message and a good vibe, and I think that that's what's more important. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
So Squeeby, thank you for
Love
coming
it.
on the show. It's been an honor to have you as our first guest. And I'm looking forward to see what N20 does in the future.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Me too, actually.
Great. All right. See you later, Squeeby.
Bye.
Right.
All right.
Oh my
I hope
God. Wonderful people all over the LVLCS.
I hope she got a box for those for that French toast.
I do too. To-go boxes are very important. As
To-go
someone
boxes
who's
are
a
very,
slow
very
eater.
important. Anyway, so let's just quickly wrap up economy and move on to commercial.
Vroom.
Vroom vroom. So we talked a little bit about Group B already, and then let's just quickly move on to Group C. I have my team. Do you have yours?
Yeah. I don't. I have a Meowington Inc. Gold, but I feel like I could not pick my own team.
Okay, well, I felt like I could pick your team. So I picked Transit Core Recruits. Welcome to the organization. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
It's great to have you guys here. And then I guess my highlight player, besides you, of course, darling, is Biri Biri.
Oh my
I mean,
Fucking
dude,
God.
dude consistently puts up double-digit kills, and I love that about him.
He's a versatile guy.
Mm-hmm.
He is. I think he is. There are 3 players on our team that have played. No, there are 4 players on our lineup this season that have played either all 5 positions or 4 out of 5 positions in an LBLCS game. So
Wow. Damn.
that is Yeah, that's been a thing that we do, but I think this season it's not as prevalent. But yeah, he's been a huge help to just keeping us on our feet and making sure that even if topside ints our face off, he'll do well.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy like that. Tell me about Meowington.
For one, their bot laner has one of my favorite names in the LVLCS, Kavino Takino, or however the hell you pronounce it. I love that name a lot.
Good one.
But their top side, their top jungle specifically between Mixed-T and... Oh no, name's leaving me. I am going to cheat. Look at the names.
How could you cheat and look
Silnari.
at the names?
But Mixed-T and Silnari are absolutely... I watched their game on stream against Catch a Wave, and their just synergy is really good. They can both flex. Tocino. Kavino Tocino. I love it anyway. Spanish roll bacon. That's awesome. But
Oh,
yeah,
man,
that team is
ganto
really strong.
tocino.
But yeah, this really strong team. Their top side's ridiculous. Have a really strong carry in the bot lane. Don't get me started on Y2 Jericho, which I think is how you pronounce that. His thresh is nasty.
I love a good Thresh player. I love it.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
I can always appreciate a man who appreciates Thresh. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that this is a fun group. I think you probably have more insight on it than I will. But yeah, I mean, have you guys drawn
Something.
all three of your matches this?
Yeah, we
This round
we have.
So
yeah,
pretty even
that's
matchups.
It's a fun group. We've definitely thrown our fair share of game 2s, but I think either way, I do really think everyone can beat everyone, even though Meowington Inc. does look mad strong. Yeah, that's where I stand right now.
Okay. Awesome. So I guess that wraps up our economy chats. Oh wait, no, we didn't talk about Group D.
Group D.
Group D.
I'm a fan of Group D.
I do like Group D. I think I gave away which team I like in Group D because I had Squeewee on. But yes, my team is the Vikings and 20 Vikings.
Who have some of the best names.
Yep. Squeewee's a fantastic name.
Squeewee, Leviathan, Fenrir, Pickle Hater. I like pickles personally, so I can't say I love the name, but my team is C&D, which I don't know what it stands for, but I feel like it's dangerous if I look into it, so I'm not going to.
Yeah. Any C&D reps, please do not disclose what C&D stands for, unless it is incredibly wholesome.
Let's yeah. But C&D is the runner-up from last season. And although I don't remember if they have the one of the gappiest top laners I've ever seen. I think he's the reincarnation of Yo Daddy's daddy and Econ. XL Macro's a nutty player.
Yes, sir.
By all means, who plays like, I don't know, I think he plays mid now. He's role swapped with his mid laner from last season, 100 Mocha 212. But those two are just fine. This is literally almost the same roster top to bottom that went to finals. Reagan won. Reagan Wood is a ridiculous player. I think he also swapped from support to ADC. Please correct me if I'm wrong there. I'm pretty sure I am. But
I'm not sure. Because
I'll have to double check.
My memory is real bad. Yeah, I mean, I think Group D is going to be a ton of fun. I think Economy is always going to have great matches. I think it's always going to be a fun league to watch, and so I always love it when I see Economy games on stream.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just because I started there and it's like my hometown or something like that. I'm not sure, but I'll get my trophy eventually anyway. So I think that
for you.
Oh, thank you. Let's wrap up Economy because we're cruising on time. We did do Economy for 20 minutes, which it's fine. Let's do commercial real quick. I have a team for Group A, and I have a very good reason for picking this team for Group A.
All right, I'll go first.
Yep.
This time. I have Apes. I have a feeling I know what team you picked. I picked Apes Together Strong.
Okay.
I mean, you can't really argue against a team that's 3-0. They're kind of nuts. I know they were on stream against Kilted Kids. Their mid laner, their name is TJN. I want to say Tjin, which is cool.
Tien.
But I don't know if that's Tien.
I don't know.
No way. I'm gonna go with Tjin, but good Zoe players will always make my brain go ooh. As well as their top laner has an awesome name that's Ouroboros. And good names and good play will always get me. And their top laner plays Trundle. I'm a bit of a Trundle savant myself.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I think they're a well-rounded team. They've been stomping over a lot of competition in commercial, but who are you looking at in commercial Group A?
I am looking at Kilted Kids.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of good reasons, and neither of them are rhetorically good. So the first is that they have my big boy Panta. He was one of the original Panthers on that original roster, and so he will always be a Panther in my heart. So I of course want to see him succeed, and then big surprise to me is that they picked up Ruffian, who also will always be a Panther in my heart, and we'll see if he's a Panther in more than just my heart in the future. Okay.
Mysterious.
Mysterious, very cryptic.
The right amount of cryptic.
So Panta's a beast. I think this guy, if he gets these good,
the most slept-on player.
If he gets this lead, if he gets this, if he gets the juice flowing, when he's on the protein, Panta will completely turbo stomp a game. I love that. That's awesome. Playing with Ponto was a treat and a pleasure. He would draw bans so consistently, and so I love that. Yeah, but then okay, so they also have Ruffian, and you know I'd like to see him more on like the starting AD position. I think it'd be cool to see, you know, because he's a cracked out player.
I have for Ruffian's Take Two the Tango. I have a big cup of tea. Just
I finished my first Red Bull, so I don't know what to say.
135. What?
So I don't know what to drink any. I don't have any tangoing. There's no tango for Jack.
Blink twice if you are.
I don't blink anymore. And so, yeah. Anyway, that's Group A. Group B is Group B. I have Windows.
Who do you have for Group B? You have
I have
Windows. I
Windows.
like Windows. They have.
Yeah.
This is a common thing, but they have nice usernames.
They do have
And I
nice
love that.
usernames. But basically why I'm highlighting them is they're new. And I love seeing New Blood succeed, and they had a really strong 2 over Dabcats. And so, if you want to read more about Windows,
Please.
you can go check
Oh
out the
my
article by
God.
TripleNet. It should be linked in the
Please.
Discord, and I will try to find it and link it again.
I'm
Because
linking it right now. I have it. I'm here.
Because it's a great write-up. She did a great job writing it, and so I really appreciate that. So if you want to read more, I can't do that match. She picked a match between Windows and Michigan, and that wasn't streamed, and then wrote about it, and that's awesome. And I have it pulled up.
Fucking awesome.
So you know,
That's
just
sick.
having that recap and having that write-up is really cool. And so Triple gave Game 1's MVP to Backstabix.
Backstabbix.
The jungler for Windows.
That's what I'd go for.
Yeah, Backstabix. The jungler for Windows. And then Game 2, the ADC from Michigan, Mendarko, was given MVP. So
I
that's
believe
pretty
Darko
cool.
was a mid laner, which is still crazy.
Mid lane?
And he played Corki game too.
I
might be
can't
looking
read.
at the wrong game.
I can't read. But it's great. It's a great write-up, so please go read that if you want any more info on that specific Group B matchup and those specific Group B teams. Yeah, so let's move on to Group C, because I have some
was gonna
excitement
say-
here. I don't have one
real
team
quick.
that I picked.
Real
Just
quick,
that's my
'cause
spoiler,
I
yeah.
did- I have to talk about Group B for 2
Okay,
seconds.
my bad.
Dabcats Esports. Really interesting because one of my favorite ADC players from last season in commercial was Dinovision. There was this whole like he's the LeBron James of I don't remember what the Anima was their team last season. He was
Yes.
like the LeBron James of Anima, and I was like, that's cool. And I like kept my eye on the team. Dinovision, very strong player. Dinovision now plays top. Now, what you may not know is that I've not witnessed a lot of ADC players who can go top. I've witnessed 2, right? I've witnessed my own ADC, and although it was the other way around, he topped the ADC, and Ruffian,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But they have Dinovision so far, 2 draws. I'm a bit of a fan of draws myself, but they also have one of my favorite critical thinkers in all of the LBLCS, Poro.
Psychopathic Poro.
Psychopathic Poro.
Yeah.
Fitting name has some of the. I've never met someone who I will think of immediately when I'll see something and I'll go, I wonder what Poro thinks of this. For whatever reason.
Yeah.
He's just his critical thinking, he sees something, he thinks about it, he thinks on it. He has a lot of he's got a lot of opinions,
Yeah.
but in the end I think he's just a delight to play with. Really just an endearing guy and awesome.
He can be a ton of fun. He has these like he theory crafts, and I appreciate that about him.
Crafts. Beautiful.
Yeah, and so just because we're over schedule,
Oh yeah, we gotta go.
Um,
Gotta go.
so Group C, Strix versus PC, all day, every day. That's a great rivalry. That's a great matchup. Even if Strix won it. Um, but
Dominating fashion, to say the least.
I'm really excited. I'm so excited for this Sentinel squad. So of course it's got
They're the boys.
my boys Ram Cannon and Marshmallow, and so those are also some of the OG Panthers. And then also we have these new awesome pickups in both Dying Duck and Swag Sidon, and then Akanatum Ferox for our support. I think this
I was
is.
about to say Isotone and Ferox.
Yeah, I looked it up. It's a poisonous plant. It's been used by ascetic monks for drug abuse purposes, and also like with the purpose of causing pain. It's really kind of interesting. Anyway,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, it's
Right.
just fascinating. And
This
so
is fascinating. Yeah.
I just think like that's the hype. I think the other two teams, Brick's soccer team and
Frankfurt.
Frankfurters,
Beautiful name.
also good matchups. I think PC won one against Franks, so
I believe
should be a good
so,
group.
yes.
Should be a good group. I think they lost Schmeckles, but it's fine.
So,
Yeah. What do you think?
my Group C team, to properly match your PC optimism, has to be Sensei Randall's.
Yeah. Okay.
Not just.
Yeah, that's
This
fine.
isn't just any Sensei Randall's team, right? You've got, you've got the normal names. You got Hyde and Shrouds. I believe old No Name is playing this season. The dude's been playing since like 1994. He's not playing. Don't listen to me. But like they're doing that. But you got Verzi, you got Slothman. There's so many recognizable names. But there's one wild card, and that is someone you don't know. And it's not someone you don't know. It's like it's someone you don't. You know what I mean, right?
Oh, who is it?
Yeah, no,
I don't-
it's someone.
I don't know that guy.
Well, this guy has more, because we were discussing it this morning, more than 30 something unique champs played.
Wow. So that
Over
nobody knows him.
Yeah, which is crazy. I'm sure, dude, like they can't pin what champs he plays, but I've heard he's a massive Galleon Graves fan, has a unreasonably sick rumble, just an absolute titan of the scene, and a quirky enjoyer, which I'm always a fan of.
I think he beat up Marshmallow when he was playing Aatrox. So he's on my shit list. But that's fine.
Aatrox is claimed.
Somebody that I want to highlight on Strix is Cooney. I've played a bunch of games with Cooney. Cooney's really fucking good at the game.
Really good at the game.
So that's awesome. And then we can, I just because of time, we're just gonna quickly move on to Group D and then get our guest for commercial on. Because I told him between 1:15 and 1:30, and it's 1:43.
We should, for time's sake, pull up our guest to talk about Group D, since he's in.
Good choice. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome Monsieur Dizziest David to the booth.
Monsieur.
Mr. Dave, welcome to the booth. Enjoy your pancakes while I put your name in text on the thing.
Nothing like hungover pancakes at 1:45.
I love I love pancakes.
Joke's on you.
Oh, this
To be
is
fair.
sketch.
People in the Pacific time will still be DAV.
Yeah,
I
I
love
fix this. That's ridiculous.
it.
Damn it.
I go
Right.
by.
I have caps lock on.
Now
Well,
another one
he's-
for the list.
Yeah. While you're fixing that, obviously, you guys have had, I think, easily the most fun to watch. Some of the most fun to watch games thus far, in the early season. How is just your experience in the league so far? How's it going?
Honestly, incredible. Like the structure and format within the world setup of double round robin within the group adds a lot of drama to it, to
Yes.
a certain extent, and it just has been an absolute blast every game. You feel like everything's on the line at all times. Comms can be a mess. Comms can be incredible at times. It's just It is the peak way to play League of Legends, in my opinion, regardless of your rank.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I do too.
So, how did you find out about the LBLCS?
So, a few years ago, and Incarnation in chat can testify to this, there were a few of us that played in a separate rec league on behalf of Optic Gaming. It was just a bunch of gold players. We played in that. The league ended up disbanding, and I've been looking for a way to play in a similar fashion ever since.
Yeah.
About 2.5 years ago, saw a post on Reddit about the low budget LCS. I was not able to play at the time. My job wouldn't allow me to do it. So just kind of like watch from the wings.
Yeah.
Last year, reached out to try and see if we could possibly do something for just like a New York City specific squad. Things fell through. It didn't work out. And I've now taken to TikTok to form an entire squadron.
Yes!
12-man lineup.
A
all the way
battalion,
deep.
if you will.
Yes,
Yes,
we are
that's
locked,
so
we are
sick.
loaded, we are ready. Unfortunately, so the way I have it set up, the only two people that will ever return in any given season are myself and Tar Heels, aka Paul. The whole intention of this team, of the Needlessly Large Rods in general, is to expose as many people as possible to recreational League of Legends. So every single person on our roster, barring us two, will not be allowed to play on the team ever again. They are actively encouraged to form their own team, stay in the league, but it will be 10 fresh new faces each and every single season.
That's awesome.
That's sick.
I love that. That's fantastic. I mean, I think that just speaks to like, you know, the
That
kind
is-
of LBLCS community is like, you know, there's like it's like you're just sucking players in and spitting them into the league and saying go be free. And that's awesome. I
At
love
the end
that.
of the day, it's
Fly.
like not enough people know about it. Like everybody knows if you're in, I don't want to assume the age of everybody, but if you're in corporate America like I am,
Yep.
you know that there's, you know, recreational softball leagues in Central Park for New York. You got
Absolutely.
kickball leagues, everything. Like you have resources and outlets to play sports in a semi-competitive way that you will never be professional. Solo queue is not the healthiest environment to do that.
What?
Instead,
True.
if we can expose this to more people, get more people involved, and teach the community, especially in North America, where our player base is a little bit lower than the rest, anything we can do to help grow that and show people that there are healthy ways to engage with League of Legends in a consistent manner, in a competitive manner, without it being taken too overly serious, that's the important part.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. This is beautiful.
Oh,
Look at- Our guests
That's
are so-
fantastic.
I don't know, Jack. I feel like we should give up our jobs and just give it to the guests. I feel like they're fucking kicking our ass
yes,
right
they're
now.
kicking our ass.
This is crazy.
What the fuck?
No, but that's
Hey,
awesome. That's,
I'm
Block.
only here because you guys are doing all this. So honestly, you guys deserve more credit than you're giving yourselves for.
Oh shucks, Dave. I appreciate that.
You're making me blush.
Yeah,
stop it.
you've got a ton of support in chat, I can say that much. And you've got at least a ton of support from us. And so I think that you're doing a fantastic job with your team. We're really, really happy and excited to have you guys here. Yeah, I guess like my last question is, how's the new player experience in the league? And I think that you will definitely have your finger on the pulse for this, as you know, as you say, like, you're bringing in new players every season. You're bringing in 10 new players at least. And so how has the new player experience been for you and for your team?
I mean, I'm sure I obviously cannot speak for everybody on my team, and I'm sure, you know, there are probably a few players that wish that we would scrim more, that wish that we could, you know, queue up and flex a little bit more in practice. But the reality is, I do not have time for that. We get to play occasionally together. We'll come in on match days and try and schedule it, but it's, at least from my perspective and the output that I can give, is it's just great to bond with 10 other people in the game that you wouldn't have otherwise had to play with. You know, whether that turns into a friendship afterwards, whether they go their separate ways and it's just a distant memory, like, it is fun to be in that environment. And I hope, at least for everybody on our team, that they're having a good time, that they're enjoying themselves, that maybe they've met somebody that they can, you know, do a queue with on a Friday night occasionally, but hopefully it's going well. I don't think I'm the best person necessarily to speak on the new player experience, given that I've been in something like this before. So it's not entirely new to me, and that'd be disingenuous for me to say.
Fair. I think we will definitely be leaning on you for we're kind of hearing how these new players are really thinking about the league and anything we can do to improve. So keep us posted on those kinds of things. We would love to hear it. Dave, thank you so much. If you've not finished your pancake, you can get a box to go.
Well, I got a question for the waiters.
Yes.
I go.
Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead.
Where do you place us in the group? And if it's not number 1, why?
Oh, okay. This is a great question.
That is
this
a good
an amazing question. I will answer this question. I'm going to double check rosters very quickly, but I have played, I think, I've played every team in your group except for Crybabies, obviously, and you. But I've played members of Crybabies.
Yep.
I'm saying with a decent amount of confidence that Kickin' Squids have not shown their best yet. This team, they're actually insane. Their cohesion is nuts. And I think that they have a fight for first. Crime Babies are obviously very good. Drox is nuts. This group, and I don't know if this is a bold statement or not, this group is the most exciting group in the entire league. I think all 4 teams, the fact that only 2 teams can make it out of this group, which I think has 4 teams that could viably make it out, that is nuts. So
I will push back on your quick Kickin' Squids point a little bit. You're saying that they're going to be the best. We played them for the first time ever, never playing with any of each other ever before, and solidly 2-0'd. And granted, a late game scaling matchup, but I will say if you were going to give them benefit of the doubt that they have improved, you got to give us that same credit as well. Granted, they'll be facing a different squad. They faced our A squad the first time around, and they'll be playing our B squad this time. But I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
The only team that I'm sitting here and I'm licking my chops about in this group, to be completely honest with you, is Crime Babies.
Crime Babies are nuts.
I want that game 1 back. I'm pissed. Like, we can 100% win that the next time around. Unfortunately, the only time I will ever get to play them again is if we play them in finals, which I would gladly welcome the chance to do so again. But I agree with you that this group is incredibly competitive. I will just say if we're playing at our best, I still don't think anybody can beat us.
Yeah.
I like it. I love it.
Good. I love the confidence.
Confidence
that's
breeds
sick.
championships. Oh my god.
You gotta act like your namesake. If you don't, what do you have?
Nothing.
All right, Dave.
Ridiculously large.
Thank you so much. We're gonna move on to financial after this. So thank you for coming on. Grab a box for those pancakes, and I hope to see you again soon.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye bye.
Beautiful.
All right. So thank you so much, Dave.
Dave
that was sick. Good job, Dave.
Love it.
So we're gonna move on to financial, and I think we can run through this. I'd say decently fast.
Yeah.
And then we can get onto our interview, and then we can get onto executive, and we can kind of get onto our interview real quick with that because he's at the front of it, and then we can just kind of wrap this up. So real quick for financial, for Group A, I have the Washington League team. Same kind of thing as Windows, new faces, new blood. I love that shit. They had a great 2-0 over Peak Esports in their first week. And the main thing that I'm looking for with like these new teams and these new players especially is what are they going to do that makes the name for themselves? You know, are they going to have that one champ that just gets perma-banned against them? Is it going to be blue and red side bans one every single match that they play? You know, is there going to be a player that you can't ban because they'll play anything and they'll do well on it, you know? Is there going to be a player that's known for their late game shot calling macro, or early game they will always get first blood, you know? I want to see what can these teams and players do to make names for themselves, and so I think that Washington League team is in a good spot to do that.
Yeah, Washington League team for me is about Soporich.
Yep.
That I believe I commentated Soporich live, and the amount of times my jaw dropped at just them just absolutely ripping apart enemy bot lane, dominating in team fights. I think I saw Xayah and Lucian, who are two champs that aren't exactly the easiest ADCs ever to pull off.
No.
Just absolutely tearing fights up. That looks like a very strong player, and I'm so excited to see as the season goes on. If I can continue to call Sofrich really good at the game, I'm super excited.
Yeah, and the thing about Lucian and Xayah is that they're ADCs that are both difficult for different reasons. You know, Lucian's all about like you have to you the onus is on you. It's like picking Jace. It's like picking, you know, these like high priority champs because it's like picking Draven. Like the onus is on you to do something like as like minute 1 basically. You know, and then Xayah on the other hand is difficult in the sense of like you have to be piloting that Xayah pretty perfectly because she has no escape. She has her ult and that's it. She has a Gale Force occasionally if you build that and that's it. You know, and so you have to be piloting it perfectly to get maximum DPS. And I know that the lethality build has made that a little bit more brainless and a little bit better, but like, you know, good hard ADCs for two different reasons, and this guy pulls them both off. Fantastic player. So kind of just pushing quickly over to Group B. I have my question mark. Who's yours?
Meowington Inc. Plat.
Nice.
Same team?
Tell me. I have Grey Vex, but probably for different reasons. So tell me about Meowington again.
So good infrastructure will always be what I point to when it comes to just any strong team. And considering that Meowington Inc. Gold is at the top of their group, Meowington Inc. Plat is at the top of their group. You know, it's an interesting thing. For one, their jungler is named Mr. Goat Killer, which you can say whatever you want, right? But somewhere in there, satanic rituals are around, and that is terrifying because that's a whole different force. But also, Sports, who's their top laner, has played Ornn in one game and Fiora in the other. And those champs don't have a lot of overlap other than being kind of annoying in lane. You know, Ornn is a mage, an assassin, an engaged champ, a tank, and like all of these things. While Fiora is just like a lowly split pusher. And the fact that you can swap sides so easily does make that's just incredibly terrifying on the top side.
Yep, I agree.
So I think as the season goes on, if you can just utilize a strong top side and can will a team through games, I think.
Yeah. I agree, and I'm very excited to see them go. So just to speak quickly on Grey Vex, a lot of the reason that I picked these guys out is, you know, who are the Vex squads? Where's this league? Where's this org coming from? I think that they have a team in every division. I think they had an executive team. I think they dropped out. And so, like, you know, what's like can Vex be the next like Serenity N20 Panther Core? Are they gonna like join this league and like be great and like do great things? You know, I'd like to see them a little bit more active in terms of like the Discord and like kind of talking about themselves and like who are they? And so maybe we'll have a Vex person on the next booth, but just to talk about it. That'd be cool. So yeah, same thing, you know, new faces, how are they going to stake their claim? What are they going to do to make themselves look cool? Yeah. A lot of colors. Just moving quickly on to Group C. I have Tree Gang. I'm a big Snow Prisoner fan. And so, I'm picking Tree Gang. But also, I out of all the teams in Financial, like all groups in Financial, Tree Gang's like one of the only ones that I recognize. You know, Meowington has their name, and Tree Gang's a Tree Gang, but I don't recognize a whole lot of the squads in Financial, which is awesome. That's a ton of new players, and so it's gonna be really cool. But yeah, what do you think about this Group C?
I have to go with my two favorite. I'm once again big on names.
Yep.
I love Team Laser Moon's names. Wogo Babu.
Gatatsu Zero.
I
think that's a fantastic
great name. Arcadius.
I think that's a fantastic transition. Let's bring up our guest for the Financial Division, Mr. Tokufin.
through Tokufin.
Tokufin, welcome to the booth. It is great to have you here. Pull yourself up. We've got some waffles for you, courtesy of Dying Tuck, our waiter for today. We're talking about financial. We're talking about Team Laser Moon. You guys two owed the team that I picked, so whatever. Welcome. It's good to have you here.
Yeah, I'm honored. Thanks for having me on. Excuse my voice. I'm getting over a cold, so it's a little sore right now. But
It's all good. Don't stress yourself
you're
out.
here.
me on.
You're here. That's what matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
So I'd love to hear a little bit about your solo laners. So first of all, they have fantastic names: Gatatsu Zero and Wuga Babo. Those are great names. But they're also really great players. He did not earn the name Gaptopsu Zero for nothing. So tell us about what it's like to play with these guys. Tell us about how they play, that kind of stuff.
I mean, Gatatsu, Wakababo. I mean, you can pronounce their names however you want. They're kind of hard to pronounce, and it's just like the nuances in the name. So
Yep.
it's just however you want to pronounce them is fine. But they're really great players, or great friends of mine. So
Yeah.
we've been playing together for a long time. We've been playing since high school.
Yeah. I'm gonna put your name on the TV. So give me 1 second.
No problem.
WD-40 and duct tape. Let's go.
But no, so we synergize pretty well
shit.
together. We've been playing with each other for a long time.
Gotcha.
Please, for the love of God, don't look at
You're doing a
stream.
great job at it.
Please, for the love of God, stop looking at the stream.
And I mean,
It's coming together now. It's
Yeah,
coming.
yeah, it's coming together. It's coming together. But I think another
That's
point
perfect.
from the
Just
team.
keep it as.
Keep it as is.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Tokufion. Another thing is you guys generally steamroll games, and is it just kind of a okay, we snowball, that's just how it is, or is there like a concerted effort to get the lead and run away as fast as humanly possible with it?
Well, we want to be confident in every game we go into, so we want to be proactive early, try to get those early leads. Sometimes it doesn't always work out that way, but we just want to stay aggressive. And I think that's the important thing, is just staying aggressive and having that mindset, playing together, not getting tilted.
Yeah.
So I think it's just important to stay aggressive. And then if you do have early lead, you should push it, push your advantages, make sure you know how strong you are. 'Cause I think some teams don't, push their advantage enough and don't know how strong they are, that they can force certain things, and just making the opposing team uncomfortable. So yeah, it's just important to stay aggressive and proactive.
Yeah, I agree. Is there like one person who contributes a lot to that mindset of like snorting a line and getting 10k plus gold leads on teams and just like stomping, or is it kind of a group effort?
I mean, sometimes people snort a line. There's certain games, certain situations, but I mean, for the most part, it's a team effort. But you get those games where some people just are jacked, popping off, doing
they
things
just
on their own.
Yeah.
roided
The
up.
team is just
go
kind of
in.
behind them, it's just like supporting them with they're they have
They
the
make it
bag.
happen.
Yeah.
They're putting the lines together for them, so
Yep. I love it.
That's good.
I love that Jack's terminology for going in is snorting a line. Good God.
yeah, that's
But
great.
yeah, I do like the idea that it can really be both. It can either be just someone's having a good day and they're like, yeah, I'm pushing my advantage. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I've definitely had moments like that on my team, whether I'm like 8-0 or 0-8, doesn't really matter. Sometimes you just go in. But yeah, I do like that you guys kind of have that type of mentality. I love the ability to just understanding when you're strong and pushing your lead. Love that.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
great.
I think it's to your point. Yeah, I think it's really important to when those guys are popping off, just to support them even more. Just just keep them going. Like,
Yes.
let them do their thing. So.
Real quickly, I'm interacting with chat. The Brad Dad. We're at Denny's. Do you want Denny's sushi?
No.
I'm so concerned for you.
I don't think I've ever. Is that a thing?
No.
No, it's not. Please don't order sushi from a diner.
Please.
You gotta try it at least once, right?
Yeah.
It
You
might
have
be
to
the,
try it like
might be the last thing you ever do.
It might be a death wish, but
Yeah, so
definitely.
have you got a lot of chances to scrim a bunch of financial teams? Because there's a lot, we were talking a little bit about, there's a lot of new blood, there's a lot of new faces, a lot of new teams, a lot of new names. So kind of what's your take on the whole financial situation, or at least the parts of it that you have experience with, that you know?
so we have scrimmed another team in another group. It's a BYU B team,
Yep.
and
They are good.
Yeah, they're a great team. So it's fun to scrim against them. I think we're gonna scrim against them again pretty soon. Should be this week. But yeah, they're a great team. I expect them to do well in the playoffs come that time. I expect them to be first coming out of their group. So
They're improving.
I'm actually not too familiar with any other teams outside of our group. I'm pretty
That's fine.
familiar with the teams in our group, so I'm happy to be in the group that we're in. So
Yeah.
I like all the teams.
It's a
we're in.
fun one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Good-
great.
Good group.
It's great.
Good group. Toku, thank you so much for joining us. We can get a to-go box for the rest of your waffles. It's been a
appreciate
pleasure
it.
having you here. You're always welcome back.
We have a question for you guys though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys prefer pancakes or waffles?
I'm the
Okay.
pancakes man. I'm a
I
big
believe
pancakes
yes.
guy.
I'm the one. I personally don't have a preference, but I was fine with choosing the other one, which I believe is waffles.
Yes.
So yeah,
Is this split pancakes waffles?
yeah,
Okay.
for the sake of parity,
Yeah, that makes sense.
very important. Very important to have parity.
Yeah, so we can argue about that all day. But so Toku, thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything you want to say to big fans of Team Laser Moon?
Yeah, just appreciate all the support. We don't associate ourselves with Lamp to Lamp Live. I don't know where that came from. That guy is a menace.
Okay.
All
All right. I'll tell him you said that.
right, thank you.
No problem. All right. Thanks, Toku. I appreciate you so much for coming on.
Thank you for coming
Have
on,
a great
Toku.
rest of your day, and good luck in the rest of your season.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that was Tokufin from Team Laser Moon.
Group C.
It's fantastic. So that's Group C. And so I guess just touching on Group D, it's also a good bit of newcomers. You know, I'm not recognizing a whole lot of names, but I'm
Yeah.
sure you have some opinions here too.
Oh, I will always. I will, even if there's not a reason to have an opinion, I will find an opinion to have. I feel like
I love it.
if you don't have an opinion in some situations, you might not be trying hard enough. I'm double checking my information. Okay, yeah. Andeloff played a Warwick top in a game. And that's all you really need to win me over. Their ADC, I thought Andeloff was their ADC because their ADC is named Gangplank, and I thought they were the top laner.
Yep, it's misleading.
Very. But I'm honestly fine with it because their ADC is also a bit of a Chad, but when you're winning like they are, it's hard to not look Chad-esque, I'd say.
I agree. So that's financial. Lots of new names, some good old ones, and we wish the best of luck to all the teams. We're gonna jump into financial, and I'm gonna bring up our guest immediately because he's talking about Group A. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my personal pleasure to welcome the GOAT himself, Urle King, to the booth. Oh shit!
He's a cat.
Earl, welcome to the booth. It is great to have you here. I hope you enjoy your waffles. Nate, take it away while I put text hastily on the screen.
Duct tape and WD-40. What are you doing today? I feel like this year the first I've asked. Oh Lord. I'm just beautiful. It's a great day so far. The booth is going as expected. So Group A obviously is one of the more interesting groups. You've got Naughty Boys in your group. You've got Crypto Witch Esports and Comfy Gaming Sword. What has kind of been in just group specific? What has been kind of your lead to taking on some of the bigger names in your group?
Play better than they do.
Oh, good choice. Good choice.
Fucking amazing. He's a genius.
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
I look at their OPGGs, I ban their best champions, and ask that they don't ban my best champions.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
That's literally
well,
perfect.
I'll be honest. I walked into the executive. I looked at the teams, and I thought I was going to be talking about Naughty Boys, and then you 2-0'd them. And so I think that's awesome. I think that's totally exciting, and that's why you got the interview spot. So yoinked that shit right out of their hands. So like, I guess is that just your tip to taking on these big teams with big names? Just be better.
Partially, yeah, but honestly, I feel like the drafts are pretty important. I think our team's pretty flexible in them. I believe on stream we had a fairly weird comp going with like Urgot mid and some stuff.
I love Urgot
So
mid,
just-
so you've won me over.
So yeah, just sort of being able to change that up on the go. Also, the fact that Corki and Victor are my best champs is really helping right now.
Yeah. So you're drawing. I mean, do you find that you're having to that your people are just being forced to ban 2 champs against you, or is that how that not goes?
Honestly, I don't think they're banning them that often. It's just that they lose to them instead.
Fair.
You know?
They're like, all right, which one you guys want to ban, Victor or Corki? And they're like, we'll ban Corki. That's annoying. And then you play Victor and stomp, and it's like, I guess we should have banned Victor. And then you stomp them with Corki, and it's like, I should have banned Corki the first time.
Disgusting right now, honestly.
Oh, I agree. That's gross.
Now I went to go look at the Urgot mid draft, and I understand why they can be confused. There's an Aatrox, an Urgot, and an Ornn on my screen right now.
Oh yeah, you guys played Orange support, didn't you?
Yeah,
With Starving Senna.
I
Or
got
Fasting
fucking
Senna.
M7 on Orange support like 2 seasons ago. Like I played Orange. I started at 0. I went from 0 to M7 in like 15, like just like straight games. It was like insane.
Good
It's
God.
strictly support. It's actually like it's a goated pick, and now that Senna's back, if Seer ever gets Senna open, I think Senna Ornn is definitely a combo that we will be stealing from
Is it
you.
okay? I know it's not called. I know it's called Fasting Senna now, but I learned it as Starving Senna. That's what it is. She doesn't
I
get the
love that
minions.
name.
She's not fed, so she's starving. That's the terminology.
Jumping down to
But-
that bot lane. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna talk about Perky the Parrot.
I was gonna yes. So just jumping down to that bot lane, you picked up Perky the Parrot, and we all played against each other. You, me, and him all played against each other in financial last season, if I remember correctly. So what are the conversations between you and Perky that kind of led to this pickup and you guys teaming up?
So I'm not exactly sure what his thought process was, since he sort of just like came to me after the season and asked if I wanted to make a team. So I'm going to assume after we like beat him a few times, he was like, "Oh my god, these guys are so good." But
Right?
yeah, but more or less he was like, "Oh hey, since we are friends outside of that league as well,
Okay.
we knew each other even before signing up." So he asked if I wanted to play, and then I sort of went and asked other people and got the rest of our group squad together there.
Awesome, that's great.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you
Side
noticed-
note.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead. No, go
I'm
ahead.
not sure if you noticed, but most of my team that I played with last season is actually still playing in financial this season.
Yep.
See.
Yep. We have a question about that. Go ahead,
Side
Nate.
note: Does Perky feel threatened as your team is Team Fried as a bird? Does the team name Team Fried Chicken like impose like a level of like threat? It's like perform or else. You know what I mean?
You know what?
Or is there like
You know, I haven't offered to serve him as a meal if he ints a game. That is a good idea, though.
Well, Perky, we're
I'm so
very sorry about
Perky.
that.
I apologize.
But yeah. So you touched on. Actually, let's do this first question first. So, what's the jump from financial to executive look like for you? How's that been in terms of difficulty or anything else?
I think in terms of difficulty, it's been okay,
Mm-hmm.
based on our record so far at least. Although, of course, we haven't gotten to phase Zillus yet.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, though, it's been pretty good. I at least think the new players that I got, including Perky, are pretty good.
Yep.
So that has definitely helped.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But
Uh,
the teams that we're facing are definitely better, and I imagine it's only going to get even harder as playoffs come about.
Yeah,
Which
I agree
we
with that.
hopefully make.
Yeah. We over here at PC, we also have our fingers crossed. So I very much hope to face you in playoffs. What's your relationship with? Because you brought it up, what's your relationship with KFC2, the Electric Boogaloo, or are you guys just kind of like split up and mutually parted ways?
Oh, no, we are... Honestly, we use the same Discord for our teams.
Great, awesome. I love to hear it.
Yeah, so I guess what happened was we're the higher elo team, so we get the actual name. They get the leftovers. Unfortunately, they're the lower elo team, so they get to take all of my subs.
Oh, I see.
You do
Genius.
not know the difficulty in putting together 7 people.
This-
it
this-
was rough.
The divorce sounds messy.
Oh man, I asked Gran Torino, I asked Shady Gecko, I asked
Oh.
all of these guys are just like, yeah, sorry, I've already been asked by the captain, Vectrax, the captain of that team. I'm like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually very difficult.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, I
Good
didn't
Um,
manage to
lord.
put together enough subs or at least enough players to field the roster though, so that's good.
That's great. That's great, and we're a better league for having you in it. So I'm very thankful that got to happen for you. Is there anything you want to say to fans of fried poultry?
Yes, fried poultry is very delicious, but honestly,
Yep.
KFC is not that good. Please go somewhere else. The name is
Please go somewhere else. I did want to talk to you. Maybe rebrand a like. I don't know. You could have rebranded the Popeyes Parrots. You got Perky. It's
True.
Yeah, but we went further. It's a disgrace to the name if we rename to a team that did worse.
true. God, Lord, spicy.
All right.
So spicy.
Mr. Earl, thank you so much for coming on the booth. I'm sorry it was about 20 minutes later than I expected it to be. It turns out we can talk a lot. So thank you so much for bearing with us, and I appreciate your flexibility. Earl, get a to-go box for those waffles.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're just a cat. You can't eat them all that fast. It's not possible. Your little body.
It's so small. He's gone. So let's just quickly wrap up financial, or executive, sorry. So group A,
Fat.
we talked about.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
God.
So
Can I talk about Fat Mike's 55th Street Goons?
you may.
Can I talk about these guys?
You may.
This is my favorite team ever. This is like so. All right, flashback to like season 5, right?
Yeah.
My personal, not like quote unquote, not like problem, but like a thing that I saw in CEO is that generally CEO teams were like the same. Like generally, the most popular CEO teams were like the same. Like really recognizable names like Arthur Dent, Happy Dream, Bondi, Zelius, Ev Dingus maybe got sprinkled in there because every executive team needs like the one player they can say, oh, you're inting my game because they're inting the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there was a great fresh of breath air with
Fresh of breath
Acclivity.
air.
fresh of breath air.
Yeah, fresh air.
Ah!
Oh, we've been
with,
going 80 minutes. We're sorry.
Acclivity. With Acclivity, who was my favorite team that season, but but with Fat Mike's 55th Street Goons, and then just the rest of the play with the rest of the league, I really do love just the energy of like these are the titans of CEO that have been around for forever, and they're kind of kicking ass right now.
So they beat out my team or executive, which would be Coffee House, because I love Coffee House very, very much.
I think everybody does. Hard to dislike them.
Hard to dislike Coffee House. Triple Net, Papoba are some of the sweetest people ever. Damian Martin is very funny. And then Blue Card and Lord Fate are good at bantering. So I really like all those guys. We scrimmed them last night and we had a blast, even though I got put on a goddamn enchanter. I thought we were handshaking enchanters
Right.
and triple picks Nautilus.
Oh my god.
After I've already picked it, I was like, that's
Destroyed.
that's if we weren't friends. Yeah. So I really like Coffee House. I think they're great. It'll be really they've struggled a little bit in their matches. But it'll be neat if we get to see them kind of pull through. I think the jump from financial, it's kind of one of the reasons I talked to Earl about it, is the jump from financial to executive is like, how's that going to go? Because Coffee House lost their first game in financial and then proceeded to not lose until one game in the finals. And that's it. That's insane. That was actually insane. And so Karma's not an enchanter.
Karma is an enchanter, mage, tank.
Mage chanter.
Yeah, she's a mage chanter.
So maybe I cheated a little bit, but she cheated more, and that's what's important.
Isn't that a win for Karma? Doesn't she?
It was not. It was not. And so, so you know, it'll be sick to see if we can to see if they can, you know, start bringing that coffee house heat. You know, serve it nice and toasty. You know, careful content like beverage, maybe extremely hot, kind of stuff.
Me and Papa are tea enjoyers, but I know he can pull together a coffee house. I believe it.
I agree. So yeah, that's Group B for me. Any final thoughts on that group?
No, I'm good. I have a tangent to go on about Group C. My tangent about Group C is very similar to my tangent about Group D.
Brother.
So
shit.
Group C. So Group D was the case of those are 4 really good teams. And guess what's the problem with Group C? Group C has 4 really good teams. Starting with the Naughty 200. I was gonna make a joke earlier about how you said Panther 20, and I was like, it wouldn't be the first team to mix
To just
with
like mash
a number
names.
org.
Yeah.
No, like with the number org, because you know you have Naughty 200 and the Panther 20. But then I realized the joke was bad, but it doesn't matter because the Naughty 200 are fucking ridiculous. Like, remember when I was talking about like recognizable names? Literally, the Naughty 200 are like all of the recognizable names.
All of the
just to list off a
recognizable
few.
names.
X Ranger, Quaz, Evdingix, Dupe, Food and Golf, who definitely played games for 200 years. Makes the GOAT. Like, these just a lot of really recognizable players, but it doesn't even end there because you have Rescued and Sigyn.
Yeah.
Again. Yep. White Ninja, Clipbait Godded, all of which I'm pretty sure played last season on Red Pandas. So you have them. I guess you could talk about Kilted Esports Red. I'm getting to Ghost. Just give me a second. That's also a strong team. Cloud Turtle, Jezun. I heard rumblings about Gian Wuchi. I don't know where yet, but if he does come back, I would love to see him because that would just be another layer of recognizable players. And then you have Panther Corpse Ghost
Yeah.
with my co-host
That's me.
and Seer
Yes.
and another duck that's part of the PC game.
Another PC duck. Yeah, no, I mean,
Just-
this group is awesome. This group
So
is so
stacked.
much fun.
And see, the cool thing about the executive structure is that things that like with the other leagues, you don't have to worry about what's going on outside of your group. But if I'm in executive group A or B, I am watching group C with as close as I can get because there's a high chance that the third team in group C, the third and fourth team in group C,
Yep.
could easily take a wild card spot if they wanted it. They just can't because of the league structure,
Yeah.
which I think is terrifying.
Yeah. And so right now, PCG's in that 4th spot, so we have to we have
your work cut out for you.
Yeah, we gotta drink a little more Red Bull for this second round robin here.
Please
but
don't drink too much Red Bull, Jack. I'm worried about your health.
it's okay. Yeah, no, I love this group. I was so excited when I uncovered who we're all against. You know, the Serenity versus Panther Core like rivalry from 2 seasons ago. I think Sagan was on the team that beat us in finals.
yes.
So it's good to see him again and to have that rematch. I don't think we got to face each other, so hopefully we'll get to face each other on the second round robin. But that's on Sunday at 8 p.m. I think. Not next Sunday. Next week from today.
Today, thank you.
And so I'm just super stoked to do the second round robin and see who ends up in that, you know, in those playoff spots. So yeah, that's I mean that's executive. That's kind of all I wanted to talk about there. Yeah, so let's just wrap up. Let's look at the week ahead. Let's take a quick look at the standings.
Pull up the schedule.
The schedule and the standings. So at the start of our second round, oh my god, the hiccups. Or at the start of our second round robin. So everybody's got to go face each other again. I'm excited for it. I'm super stoked.
Give me. This is completely improv. Give me one. Bold prediction per league.
One bold prediction per league.
Yes.
Okay. Let's look at the schedule because I had the standings up, but now I need the schedule up. Okay. So in executive, I think Panther Core goes 3-0 in the second round robin.
Completely understandable. Faith in your own team.
Faith in my own team. So that's my bold prediction for executive.
All right.
What? Yeah.
What has to happen for that? What are the words? I'm like, what's the It's not gonna be. What's the setup?
How's that
what
go?
Has that? Well, yeah. How does that happen? How does that happen? What has to happen?
I think we've struggled a little bit with playing together, with like linking together our top and our bot sides. I think it's kind of we've kind of been playing 2 separate games of League at this point. And I think it is, you know, in the games that we had versus the Naughty 200 and in scrims that we've done well in, we've been playing a much more linked up play style that involves, you know, more roaming, more action, more grouping, more cohesion. And we've been playing together. So I've been playing with these 4 guys for about a couple of years now. And so we've all just kind of been like dicking around in norms and occasionally flex. But I think we really need to get to kind of say like, okay, like what needs to happen in order for us to play a 5s seriously.
Right.
So that's fun. And that just needs to happen, you know. Yeah.
I'll say my executive bold prediction is Coffee House going 3-0.
Nice, good. I like it.
In the second round robin. I think this is a team that works mostly off of cohesion. I think they can turn it around. So I'm just excited to see what they're able to do, and I think that they're 110% capable. I think comfort is key, but even in the higher leagues, sometimes that's not as much. But I do think they'll get the hang of what their take on the meta, and I think they'll be able to take over.
I agree. Move on to financial now.
Yep.
Okay. Laser Moon demolishes.
Just 3-0 again.
Just straight up like
Just
runs away with
clear the
it.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're insane. They're bonkers.
They're very good. My bold prediction will be team related, but I think Sopperish will become a clear financial MVP frontrunner.
Okay.
It'll become clear as day that he is one of, if not the best player.
Okay.
In financial.
Okay.
Maybe contested by like a Team Laser Moon solo laner. Like that's his main competition.
Yeah, it'll be excited to see Roselle's superlatives. Down the line.
We're gonna take another shot at it this season.
Yeah. Commercial. What you thinking about commercial?
This is a good one. You know what? I'll just run back what I said earlier. I think
that Kick and Squids are going to take a top 2 spot in their group.
Okay.
Despite I think a 1 and 2 start or a 2 start. I can't remember if they've played their third game yet, but I think they will take a top 2 spot in their group. I don't know. I'm not brave enough to bet on who they take that spot from because the other 3 teams are also really good.
Yeah, that's tough. My bold prediction: the Sentinels 3-0. You know,
Oh, God.
I mean, I just.
Are you doing this for every division?
Yeah. No, I think. I think Sentinels will turn on the Jets.
Yeah, I've played with a good chunk of Sentinels, and I've watched a lot of Sentinels. Their style is boom or bust. I think if there's any time for that that style to break through, it's in the second round robin when you get an idea of what you can and can't do against certain teams. I am also with someone you don't know on this one because yeah, I don't know. They play this week, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
it'll be good.
Econ.
Econ. Where's damn thing? There's my tab. Econ. I think recruits 3-0. I'm not biased in any way.
Not even a little bit. I can't even imagine you being biased.
No, I'm not a biased person.
Well, I will second obviously your opinion for undisclosed reasons. My bold prediction is Team Nut taking second to final brain cell.
Okay.
And
I was gonna say who takes first, and it's obviously the final brain cell. But yeah,
brain cell. I think Four Ponies is a bit mishmash. Obviously, the homie Way Too Large is on there. I'm a big fan of X Overthrow. He's a nice guy, good guy.
Yep.
But Lil Waynick and Way Too Large are the bot lane, and I think they're both great players. But I do think Team Nut have that kind of creative edge. They're not scared to pick the Tom Kinch ADC with just an enchanter support and kind of just walk all over you.
Yeah.
They're
Way Too Large is no longer on Four Ponies.
Way Too Large that's it. That is what that says. So I don't. And honestly, I feel even better about my prediction now. Because mid-season roster swaps are difficult. They're not easy to keep under wraps. I think it's hard to, as someone who has had multiple mid-season roster swaps, it is hard to keep a team cohesion under that.
I agree.
But yeah, I would go Team Nut in second, as well as recruits 3-0 because
Because of course, yes.
Because of course, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. I think that's everything.
We have a streamed match of the week bullet point, but I mean a match being streamed tonight by Mr. Buggleberry Finn isn't it like Crime Babies Misfits or like Kick and Squids Misfits?
It is. Give me a drum roll or something. LBLCS streaming schedule. Saturday the 29th. Today's the 30th. Kick and Squids Misfits tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. So turn back in. It's right here on twitch.tv/low budget LBLC. Twitch.tv/low budget LCS. And you'll see Mr. Finn over there doing his thing.
You'll get to see two fun teams. Currently, the third and fourth team battling for that number 2 spot. Obviously, you know who I'm rooting for.
Yep.
I will bet all of my shekels on them, and because I'm not Praetorian, I will get all my shekels back.
Yep. Damn. That's my chief of staff, bro.
I'm sorry, dog.
It's okay.
He's technically also my chief of staff.
That's true. Let's wrap it up here. We're already 30 minutes over 37 minutes over where we expected to be. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the very first episode of The Booth. It's been an absolute pleasure. This has been such a blast. I'm so excited that we got to get this done.
Awesome.
And thank you so much to my co-host Nate.
Thank yous.
Oh yeah. So thank you so much to my co-host Nate. I appreciate you jumping in on this with me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
Fun as
to
hell.
PC Dying Duck for all the graphics work. It's been awesome.
graphics.
Thank you so much to TripleNet for the logo with the booth thing. So if you see the announcement in upcoming thing in the upcoming events channel, the booth thing, she put that together. And then Dying Duck put together kind of like the ensemble piece. So
Yep.
thank you guys so much for the behind the scenes work there. Thank you so much to LeChance and Buggleberry Finn for working with us on the stream stuff and the stream side of things and making sure it all goes well. You guys have also been great. And thank you so much to everybody who's tuning in. You guys are the best. It's been great seeing that
Best
number tick
ever.
above like 45 the entire time. Nate, who you thanking?
Well, you for
Aw, shucks.
this your level of and putting up with my tangents. Good
I love your tangents.
Just obviously thank you to the viewers who have been wonderful. The amount of pull on a technically a non-League of Legends stream is
Yep.
just beautiful. A stream about League of Legends, but not about League of Legends. You know,
Yeah.
with no League of Legends is just amazing. Obviously, thank you to Buggle and LeChance for helping us get this all set up. Thank you to the creative team for just being awesome as shit. Obviously, thank you to Duck for the graphics. I feel like I said that already. But this just
this has been
love
great.
it, love it, love it. It's been awesome.
We will let you guys know when the next episode of the booth is.
It could be next week.
It could be next week. It could be 3 weeks from now, as a playoff update, or it could be next week.
It could be
as a,
tomorrow.
It could be. We could. It will not be tomorrow.
It will not be tomorrow.
And thank you guys so much for watching. We're signing off. Check out all the links below for all the relevant information if you need it. That's everything from me. How about you, Nate?
That is everyone for me. Say, what's that thing that Buggle always says at the end of streams? I was gonna say it, but I feel like you know what it is, and if you don't know what it is, maybe if you ask me, I might remember.
I don't know what it is. Do you remember?
I believe the phrase is that it takes two to tango. Good night.
Oh, it takes two to tango. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Bye bye. Shit.